Oh boy, we're going live. For those of you who are tuning in after the fact, this is a live broadcast. We're going to answer questions as they happen. Ooh, and next video is already done. We're doing pretty good. How you doing? Welcome to the channel, guys. We're gearing up for one of those really boring Friday nights. So where's everybody from? Kansas. Mooch is here. All right, I see Philly, West Virginia, Arizona, Kentucky, Tennessee. Man, you guys are all over the place. That's awesome. Alabama. You got a good football team down in Alabama. Ooh, man, you guys are all over the place. Ontario? Nice. You make an LSA tune as well as an LT4. I'm not sure about the question, if you're talking about the actual tune or whatnot, but you can make an LSA and an LT4 go really far. What's the wife cooking for dinner? Or is it frozen meal kind of night? It was kind of a frozen meal. We did box pizza. It was good. It's really good. And I got this really shitty soda. Let's see. What's going on with the VW? Well, Mo, the VW is gone. The Atlas got traded in. We do have a follow-up coming because buying a car with 3 kids is a challenge. So that is definitely coming up. Hello. Is Max still working for me? Is Max still working for me? Well, this is a question that I get on so many videos for some reason. No, he's not. Max left. I mentioned it in a video that he went to another shop that offered him more money and was closer. It kind of made more sense. And I wish him the best. I still talk to him. In fact, I was talking to him the other day. Maybe he's going to come by to the shop one of these days. Let's see. Does super chip programmers really work? It depends. So it all depends on the base tune. If the base tune sucks, well, then you're getting a sucky tune. If the base tune's good, well, then it depends what kind of condition your car's in. Would speed engineering long tubes be good for a 2006 GTO? I don't know. I haven't tested them. I'm usually doing the most affordable ones were always pace setters, and they do really well. Am I ever going to get into diesel performance? Probably not. Diesel performance is a little dirty. It's a lot of money, and I just don't know what I'm doing working with diesels, so I don't want to get into that. Let's see. Where's the video of your wife doing the burnout in her hot red Corvette? That's not done yet. Sorry. What's the next ride I'm buying? And don't worry, don't worry, the wife won't find out. Oh, that's DJ. That's my cousin. I don't know. We might get something Sunday. Who knows? At what point would you say that meth injection is a must? So that's a good one. That's going to depend on octane and goals. Like, must is a strong word, but if you get to a certain point where you're out of octane and out of fuel system, it makes a lot of sense. Andrew should buy a Hennessy Tahoe. I want to buy an Escalade, a new Escalade. Do you get any Chevy SS sedans in the shop for upgrades? We have 3 at the shop right now. How much power can a stock 2016 Yukon Denali hold? It's like 600 to 700 to the wheels. Watching while drinking wild turkey. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm thinking on swapping, LS swapping my Fox body with the 5.3. Okay, that's good. We can improve the heart and an LSA. That's even better. Stock 5.3 computer system work with that combo to around 700. Well, it depends on the 5.3. So I don't know if you saw any of Cletus's stuff. Cletus just put a 5.3 in his, and usually the 5.3s last. They go for like 650 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels or so, right around there, and then they bend rods. And if you saw Cletus's latest update, or one of his more recent updates, his 5.3 went to heaven. But the later generation 5.3 with the Gen 4 rods can hold up to like 800. It's pretty cool. So it depends what generation 5.3 liter you get. AJ Brown, you bring that 2015 SS in for some extra horsepower, because we know what we're doing with that stuff. In fact, we did a lot of fun stuff on the recent ones. We got LSA conversion, Pro Chargers, heads, cam, all sorts of cool stuff. Mish Z28. I have worked with both of those camshafts. It really depends on your goals. We custom spec camshafts. Like if you were to purchase a camshaft through us, we do like a 5-point process where we go over your current modifications, your future modifications, the power band, the drivability, and the sound that you're looking for, and we prioritize those. And we do this through a discussion. We don't do this through like, hey, here's a paper, fill it out. It's actually you talking to me, and I identify your goals, and if there's any conflicts between like those, we prioritize those and set expectations at the end, and it's a pretty damn good process, to be honest with you. How much boost have you seen safe for drag racing on the LSA stock no ported blower? Boost is a measurement of restriction. It is the air that's not going into the cylinders. So one of the things that we need to talk about with boost is that it's all relative. So like a bigger engine will probably have lower boost levels and still make the same power because more air can get into the engine better. Same with like camshafts, and a freer flowing exhaust can help bring the boost level down so more air can squeeze into the engine. So what is safe on the LSA? That's tough to say, but I do think that somewhere around 15 psi you get to a critical point where the heat exchanger in it really can't handle the pressure as much as I'd like to see. CSP customer day at Cecil. We've been talking about that. I am working on making that happen. So if you are a CSP customer, we are looking to have maybe a couple customer days where only CSP customers are going to be invited, or at least until the last minute when nobody shows up. Let's see, still waiting for Maggie versus Porter LSA vid. I have sad news on that Maggie versus LSA vid. Unfortunately, during testing, we had a failure on my CTS-V. A bearing seems to have spun on it. It literally, unfortunately, we turned down the boost. We got things where it was going. I kind of revved it a little too high, and well, shit happened, and that video is put on hold. We're working with someone to bring back the wagon meaner than ever, and that will be pretty cool. I don't know how far behind I am, so I'm sorry if I skip over anybody here, but I'm going to jump ahead. Bill Rivellero, you're hearing that Porta LT4 heads show little gains. What's my opinion? Well, on one of the heads and cam packages that we've done without changing any boost level or anything else, we picked up 140 rear-wheel horsepower on a Pro-Charged ZL1, which I believe is in this conversation here. Yep, yes, yours did show gains. And we're doing, surprise, surprise, we're doing heads and cam on mine right now. I have an idle video that I could probably show you guys. Let me see if I can find it on my computer here, and I will turn the thing around. Turn photos.google. So one of the reasons why I use the Google Pixel 3 is because the Pixel allows all my photos to back up online at full quality, so I can pull them down anywhere I am and compile everything. Let's see. So I'm going to. Oh gosh, I'm dropping stuff. So, little preview of what I'm working with here. This is what my ZL1 is gonna sound like. You know, my internet service at home really sucks. We're trying to upgrade. So guys, how do you think that thing sounds? Here, Sarah, come over here. Come over here. My kids are... Hey, Sarah, can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi. Can you say hello, YouTube? What? Say hello, YouTube. YouTube. All these people right here are saying hi to you. Oh,
People.
those aren't people. Those are just words, aren't they? Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're people. They're people behind the words. It's like.
Oh.
Can you say duck?
Duck. Butt cheeks.
Hey, get out. Okay.
Butt cheeks.
What are you doing?
Butt cheeks.
Are you trying to like see something on the TV, Sarah?
Yes.
What do you want to see?
Matchy. Butt cheeks. Matchy.
What?
Matchy.
What's that?
No, she's trying to say fancy.
Fancy Nancy.
Daddy,
Okay.
can you pay this with me, please?
In a little bit, but Daddy's doing a live broadcast right now. Here, I'm gonna walk on over. I'm gonna put Fancy Nancy on the TV. Okay, the remote's over here, honey. The wifey might be joining us. Correction officer for life. Yeah, Owen just said butt cheeks on live YouTube. I say way worse. Okay. Can I do a timing for timing for dummies? Top dead center versus 15 degrees of timing. What do you which I'm guessing you're talking about the piston top dead center? Are you talking about like 15 degrees of advance towards top dead center? I need a little bit of like, what are you looking for? FL Fun ZL1. Demonetized for the word butt cheeks. Yeah. Wait till you see our next video. I fully expect it to be demonetized, but it's going to be totally worth it. Max RPM for LSA engine. Well, go faster. I will tell you that mine, I was revving to 7,500. And that was faster than I should have done because it did spin a rod. bearing, it seems. We didn't pull apart yet. We're just going to get a whole stroker engine. Damn it, I gave away the secret. Son of a bitch. Do a compact car drive an hour to work, need the fuel mileage. Okay, good. Good. Would I work on a 2012 Shelby GT500 and a 2016 GT350? We have worked on the Mustangs. What we usually do is we take care of, like, we do simpler stuff like supercharger, get into replace the oil pump, stuff like that, and then then when we're done on it, we send the tune off to Lund Performance to take care of, because it's a different world. Can you save this video so we can watch it later on your channel? Yes, when I'm done with this video, it will go on. It will probably push people away, because it's like, it's gonna have like I don't know how long we're gonna be here. It might be a while. Piston top dead center. Can you explain it to what does it mean to pull timing or add timing to a pull? Well, what I think you're asking is how much timing advance affects the power on a car what timing is the number one piston going to top dead center, and the advance is to ignite the fuel, so as it burns it makes peak cylinder pressure at a proper point past top dead center, usually somewhere between 10 and 15 degrees. So the difference here the thing that people don't seem to understand most of the time since we're going to talk about it, talking for dummies, I suppose, is that gas just doesn't go poof and it's all done. It actually slowly expands like a brush fire. And so what you're doing is, before top dead center, you're slowly building this up. Top dead center happens, and then after it, you're trying to get peak cylinder pressure somewhere between 10 to 15 degrees afterwards. So the more timing that you add, when you're saying more timing, that's further before top dead center, and sometimes you add too much and that bang happens before top dead center, which is a really bad thing. You have that's when you knock. Then you have something called pre-detonation, where your fuel actually ignites by combustion pressure, the chamber pressure, kind of like exactly like a diesel does, and it ignites before it's even supposed to, and that's when you have some really shitty stuff happen. Let's see. Any used cheap LSA superchargers for sale? Sometimes. They're all out there. Check eBay, check forums, check Facebook. Is Nick getting his Silverado supercharged? I don't know. We'll find out. Is my car going to beat the bloody tampon? Which car? The Vet? I think so. The Camaro? It depends how well we get off the line. Safe compression ratio for pump gas, my experience. So it depends on what engine you're running. So if you're running a direct injection engine, you might be able to get away with a heck of a lot more than you would with just a normal LS3, with port injection. It also depends on your the camshaft that you have as well, because you have your static compression, which is simply your top dead center to bottom dead center, and then the circumference of the cylinder, that area, and you have your chamber volume in the head, and basically what that compresses to is your compression ratio. So you have this to that, and that's your static compression ratio. But then you also have dynamic compression ratio, which is when your intake valve closes. And that tends to happen as the piston's coming up, so suddenly that compression ratio is a little bit different. Rather than it being from bottom dead center to top dead center, it is now somewhat above bottom dead center to top dead center, and it's lower. So a big ass camshaft will have a lower dynamic compression ratio and end up being able to have a better chance of being safe on pump gas. TSP head porting versus LME head porting for LSA engines, I think both are awesome. In my experience so far with TSP and LME as of recent, I mean they're phenomenal. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. I've used LME for engines for a while. I've also been using TSP now for a while. We used to use ERL, but they went out of business, and like the last couple engines they had some issues. Shane, ZL1 is, it depends on what year, to get back to your question. Will heads and cams still pass emissions on an L83? Technically it's not supposed to, but it depends what you kind of do. Andrew needs a Copo for Christmas. That is true. Honey, I need a Copo for Christmas.
I don't even know what that is.
She doesn't know what that is. Come on over, say hi to everybody. Who wants to talk to Kristen? Anybody? Crickets. Crickets everywhere.
I'm not supposed to.
What would a decent price be for a C6 Corvette to start building? Whatever you can afford. He wants to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. I can't even see that.
What new car did Kristen get? You're not allowed to say anything yet.
I'm not.
No.
What's your guess? Hello, how are you guys?
Hot Wheels one.
I can't read. You have to read the things.
I have a C506 and want a blower cam that sounds aggressive and performs well as I plan to supercharge. Any recommendations? Call the shop. We'll be able to custom spec you camshaft, but I will let you know that we do basically sell you what you need first, and then we go through the custom specking. Again, this is a 5-point process, and it's a really good one. You talk to me directly about it. Good question. Do you do state inspections? I do not do state inspections. I feel like that's a little bit of a conflict of interest.
It's too bad he doesn't, though. It'd be much more convenient.
For you?
Yeah.
Do you miss the Volkswagen?
Not at this point. I do not. Although I
Lydia!
miss my jet.
Hi! If Andrew gets a Copo, he will something out, probably get out of your hair and be winning trophies. Would you like me out of your hair?
I still don't know what a Copo is.
It's a Camaro.
Oh.
It's a race Camaro from the factory.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we were talking about that, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's not too happy about that. How does Kristen like the Google phone?
I don't know, because I have an iPhone. So
Yeah, she's one of those people.
it's great.
What we've found out between her iPhone XS, because it's not a 10S, it's an XS. It's
No, I
excessive.
think it's 10S.
It's an XS. We found out the difference between the iPhone and the Google Pixel 3 is the Google Pixel 3 takes better photos, but the iPhone has way better battery life. Like, it's superb.
It does have very good battery life.
Yes. Tell Kristen to watch the front end of the vet. I don't want to see a scratch on it. Killed me when I saw it pinned against the wall.
It was against the stroller, not against the wall. The stroller was buffering it, so.
Speed Demon, I was testing things out. I revved it a little too hard, hit the limiter a little too hard, and I think right at that point it spun a bearing. We actually lowered the boost, so it's actually running safer, so we could get a good apples-to-apples comparison. But we sacrificed my my car in doing so, so that kind of sucked. Is it possible to get about 500 horsepower with headers? No. Well, it depends. Flash Camaro SS, is it possible to get to 500 horsepower? It may be if you're talking engine horsepower,
Can you play the game now?
not rear wheel horsepower.
Want to say hi again?
It's okay, Kristen. We know Andrew parked it. Merry Christmas to you and your family. That's nice.
Oh, thank you. You too.
We need more of a monster Camaro. Get out of here. Will the new shop have an in-ground dyno? If so, when do you recommend? What do you recommend to have it installed? Well, so we're doing the same dyno that we have in the current shop in our expansion. So we're gonna actually run 2 dynos.
Fancy Nancy.
Yeah, I thought you put on Fancy Nancy. Yeah, it sounds like Vampirina's on. Anybody have kids know what Vampirina and all that stuff is? I think Kristen wants a CTS-V 6.0. Oh, and please let mommy talk. I think Kristen wants a CTS-V with a 6.2 liter supercharged, mild to wild exhaust. You know, what do you think?
CTS-V wouldn't be bad. I would
Yeah.
like a CTS-V.
Vampirina's mom is hot.
What's her?
Huh?
What are their names?
I don't
Can
know.
you play the game now?
Well, no, we're talking to people right now, Ellen.
That was not people.
Those are people.
No, they're not.
See
They're
all those-
us.
They're words. MILF.
Everyone's watching like you watch Ryan.
Jeff Harmon says you're a MILF.
Ryan, please.
Not right now.
Jeff Harmon says you're a MILF.
Oh.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, Baby Shark. We love that song.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark. Me watch Ryan. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark. Me watch Ryan. Do do do. Mommy
Not
shark.
right
Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do do.
Somebody had to say Baby Shark, didn't they?
Now.
now. No, do you want to sing the shark song?
Grandpa, Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark. Grandpa
Yeah.
shark, do do.
Barney is over, Mo.
Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark. Let's go hunting, do 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 do. Let's go hunting, do do do. Let's go hunting.
Where's the good shows? Like, the stuff that we grew up with.
Like what? Sesame Street? That's the
Well, I
one.
mean, no, like that dinosaur show.
What dinosaur show?
Go away. Go
And, like,
away.
We had really good shows like Inspector Gadget.
Oh,
I hated that show.
Oh my God. Kristen. Okay, yeah, go away, Owen. Do.
Oh, Rugrats was good. Rugrats was really good.
Saturday morning cartoons were awesome. We even had Beetlejuice back then. You remember that content? Okay, get off the table. Go watch your TV. You know what? You guys talk to Kristen for a little bit. I'm gonna take the kids. I'm gonna like get them set up on the TV.
I
our
can't
babies-
read all the.
Well, Owen, go to the TV. Sarah, come here. I'm gonna take you to the TV. We're gonna get.
Do you still enjoy a mild cam only dyno tunes? I would not get into that.
You want a fancy Nancy?
Fancy Nancy.
Fancy Nancy.
Well, thanks for joining TZ Nation. Have a great night.
Hi.
Fancy Nancy.
I don't know why he left me alone. And everyone stopped talking. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell what car I got. Everyone can make guesses. I was driving the red lemon, but I did get something else for myself now. So, as of last month. Oh, thank you, Eric. I don't know. Owen, do you know what kind of car Mommy got? Daddy doesn't want me to tell. Tell us some secrets about Andrew. I know some old ones. I don't know. Do you know what kind of car Mommy got?
Stop saying stuff.
You don't know.
The Muppet Babies are on.
Camaro. Oh, thanks, Lydia. I did not get a Camaro, so they're trying to get me to tell secrets about you.
What? Why?
Because they want to know your,
I'm gonna have to
your
watch
dirty
this.
secrets.
Oh.
I know. I told them all your weird shit.
Go watch TV, Owen. Now.
Ooh, Jeep. That is a good guess. I would love to get a Jeep, but they don't have a third row, which is important to me.
Trackhawk, yes, that would be
I don't know what that
awesome.
Daddy awesome.
Daddy awesome.
Daddy awesome.
Doop.
I don't want to watch TV.
Oh, nice. The Atlas. Well, thank you for...
Andrew has a man crush on Nick, but it's a secret.
No,
think-
I don't think it is a secret.
I think Nick has a man crush on me. There's cake?
In a second. Yes, there is cake.
We have
chocolate
cake?
We do.
Oh, the little
Chocolate
one that
cake.
you didn't take to work?
I did take it to work, but I took 2, so
Moms drive minivans.
it is way beyond crush. It's really weird.
It is not weird. It's a bromance.
Oh, have fun, Eric. Merry Christmas to you, too.
Where's the cake at? Yeah, that's an important question. Where is the cake at?
Where is the cake? It's in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen. Mm.
Am I jealous? No.
The stock fuel pump on a 2010 Camaro SS adequate for E85 with ZL1 injectors? Yes. Yes, because I've done it. You can't really do many mods at that point. Like if you're a head cam kind of setup and you're making 500 to the wheels, you're not going to get away with it. But if you are just bolt-ons, you probably get away with E85. Andrew's shop is like a Navy ship that hasn't seen a pier in months. It's kind of true. My shop, yeah. Yep, that's true.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
Merry
Mark.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So what's everyone doing for Christmas?
That is a really good
I
question.
know. Or whatever holiday, if you celebrate a different one.
Jeff Hunt, we do tune LS swap vehicles. In fact, we even swap them. We have a 74 Corvette that I think we just finished it up. And we have a 69 Camaro going under the knife right now. Having the outlaws over for dinner. The outlaws. Having the outlaws over for dinner. How many SSs have you modified / tuned? I could probably give you an exact number, but I'm not going to. I will just tell you it's a lot. We have 5 lifts with Camaros on them right now. Well, one of them was a Trans Am F body, but I still think it's a Camaro.
You have to go up. You missed some.
We missed some. What do you think of VVT cams? I think that they have a place, Juan. If you're looking for really, really broad, torquey power, they can offer that, but they might not give you the peak horsepower that you might be looking for. Usually on a VVT camshaft, you tend to have a lot of range to swing it when it's a smaller camshaft, but when you get bigger, it tends to be more of a it doesn't really need to swing much for any gains, or it doesn't really benefit from swinging much. So it almost takes the whole point out of it. And depending on the application, you might not be able to go too far with it, because sometimes what will happen is the cam phaser itself cannot handle the higher loads of being supercharged or turbocharged. The really high boost power situations tend to hurt the cam phaser. How far will a DSX auxiliary pump plus a ZL1 pump go on E85 working on Christmas? Depends on which ZL1, Gen 5 or Gen 6. I will tell you that the Gen 5, that'll go really, really far. It depends on your power level, but I'd say that can take you, depending on the auxiliary fuel pump, it can take you to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower. But it depends on a lot of things. It's not as simple as that. Let's see. Which Corvette is your favorite? And Kristen, if money is no object, what car would you like to have? I want to hear that.
That's a good question. I don't even know, because
The C7 Corvette is my favorite.
if money was no object.
Yeah.
If money was no object, which car? Like a fun car or a family car? Like a practical car?
Well,
Or
how about both? What about a fun car?
oh gosh, I don't even know.
Then why do you ask?
I don't know. Maybe a BMW. Like, what kind did I drive?
You had that
What was-
335 I bought you.
Yeah, that was nice.
She has her own money, by the way. For everybody that's like, oh, Andrew bought her stuff, she bought her all of her own stuff. Like, she's, again, I'm a trophy husband. Like she's the breadwinner here.
If money were no object, I would probably want a Volkswagen Atlas. Or a Cadillac Escalade, but
Now we're talking.
But a brand new one.
That's so expensive.
Brand new.
They're so expensive.
And they're a little bit too big for me.
They're not too big. You were driving my Escalade when your Volkswagen. So, somebody's got a 2017 ZL1 and he's planning on putting a Whipple 2.9 on it next spring. My question is, how much boost does the stock 3.5-inch pulley produce? That's a great question on the Whipple. I don't know that offhand. Can you give us a tour of your house? It is completely trashed right now. Sorry, Dave.
But maybe the Christmas tree.
Look behind you. Josh, the guy that films, lives right over there. He is my neighbor. That's why I haven't fired him yet. There's still time. I have a 2015 Z28, 3K miles. Worried about the valve issues. Just do it now or wait for more use. Honestly, I would do it right now. The Z06, I mean, we keep Z06 heads in stock because, truthfully, they do have an issue and it can happen at any moment. And there's really no warning signs. Like people can be like sitting at a light and drop a valve. And I've seen it as low as 2,000 miles where shit goes down. Usually if you get really high up there, you're okay, but anytime, I just recommend doing it. It's a really expensive engine to have to replace, and that like really sucks if you run into it, because it trashes everything. It trashes the whole bottom end, it trashes the whole top end. You're going from basically the only thing good when the LS7 drops a valve, the only thing good left over is usually the throttle body. Intake manifold usually gets hot metal inside of it, and it sucks into the molded plastic and kind of stays there until you get it warm by putting it on a car again, even when you try to scrub it out, and then it starts coming out into your brand new engine. So we just trash the intake manifold as well. Can you explain what your additional low side fuel system consists of on a ZL1? No. But no, truthfully, it's another fuel pump auxiliary that taps the tank, and then we hook it up a kind of special way.
Hi, David.
In Nick's last video, what kind of work were you all doing on that SS sedan? There were 3 SS sedans at the shop. I'm not sure which one. One of them we were going to do an LSA conversion, customer provided parts where the LSA was not up to standards, so we kind of swapped that over to heads and cam. Next, where what was the other one? Shit, I don't remember what the other one was. I just got done with it. I think that one was cam, and so that one actually just left. That left yesterday. That was cam and injectors. Well, it was cam and fast, and he had a fuel leak because the fast rails tend to leak. What would you say the weak point in the 6.2 liter LT1 is? Well, that's the pistons. Definitely the pistons. We do the BTR drop-in replacements if we're going to replace just the pistons, just like in that monster project that we just posted last week. I think it's last week, the green Camaro. And basically the pistons they fail around 700 rear wheel horsepower. And the ring basically butts and the ring land breaks, and it can be catastrophic, or it can be just replace a piston. It depends, but that's usually the weak point. Then the next one turns out to be the rods. They are a forged powdered metal rod, so that's kind of like conflicting. They have a forging process for that, I guess, that I have no idea how that works, but those fail at about, well, mine failed on my Corvette at 930 rear wheel torque on the stock rods. Which I think is really, really impressive. I've found that they're usually good for 800, 850 to the wheels, and I haven't had another rod break, that, at least not that I know of. I could see Andrew in a new Colorado and turbo it and make it an off-road monster. It would be
I don't
fun.
know what Quicksilver is question.
Can you answer my question? Sorry, I missed your question, Quicksilver Volvo. I wanted a tour because then we'd see the car. Laugh my ass off. Didn't work. Good call. I like that. Conniving. What's the issue with the valves? The valves on the LS7. So the valve job wasn't perfectly concentric, and then what happens is, I'm trying to. Here's the valve. The valve will come and hit the head when it closes, and if it's not, it kind of does one of these things. And could you switch places with the very pretty blonde? Okay, yeah. That valve will basically start bending like a paper clip and end up. There we go. Oh, look at her. Hey, where'd I go? And snaps and drops the valve into the cylinder. Oh man, now I'm gonna be scrolling like right in front of you. Safe Max recommendation, rear wheel horsepower for LSA. Stock LSA seems like, I don't know, 850 to the wheels is probably okay. The mine was making 804 for a long time. It wasn't until I like over revved the hell out of it that I had an issue here.
I don't get why I want socks.
Andrew, are
But I
you
could
my
use
dad?
some socks.
No, Todd.
But organic cotton socks would be good.
I'm definitely going to call you guys about a blower cam in my C506. However, out of curiosity, wondering what would happen if you put a BTR Stage 4 in and then supercharge. Could it work or disaster? Well, I have to look up what the specs are, but usually if you're going to do a blower cam that, I'm guessing that you're probably talking about a like a Pro Charger centrifugal style blower, and it depends on your personal preference, like what's going on. So it might be a disaster. It might be perfect. It might be what you're looking for. It's tough to say. I can tell you that that's probably a big cam though. Stage 4 sounds pretty big. What are my future plans with my ZL1? Well, as you see in the most recent Guitarmageddon video, it is under the knife right now for heads, cam, and Interchiller. Here's
What's my favorite movie? That is a good question.
our wedding video.
We didn't have a wedding video.
Oh, well.
Well, someone did make one for us, but just with some clips. My favorite movie would probably be, I don't know. I'm really not a movie person. I have a few shows I like to watch. I like some documentaries.
Holy crap, we're like 3 minutes
but-
behind. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. We're so far behind on these things. Kristen, are you high maintenance? Yes.
No.
Yes.
It depends on what.
Yes.
Yeah, Christmas ones.
Yeah. Guess you heard me. When I upgrade to a larger MAF on my LS1, should I retune or would you just recalibrate the PCM? Well, yeah, it's the same thing. So you would do the whole shebang.
Because you have a dirty nose.
What? What do you... Kristen, what is your thing? What are you into?
What am I into? Well, I work full time and I have 3 kids, so that takes up a lot of my time. But I enjoy extreme couponing, sometimes healthy living, things like that. What?
Huh?
They asked what I was into.
I know, I'm listening.
That's what I was
I'm just
into.
trying to...
Like healthy stuff like that.
I'm trying to make that.
Will you start making videos teaching people to tune? No, I will not. That's just my answer. I'll talk about tuning. I'll show a couple things, but I don't want to teach people to tune. It's a lot, and like the best way for you to learn how to tune is tuning on your own car. Okay, Owen, enough. What is your opinion on advanced induction cylinder heads versus TSP versus PRC? I think that advanced induction heads are phenomenal on most applications. I think TSP is doing a really good job with the new LT1 stuff, LT1, LT4 stuff.
I can feel wet.
Did you pee your pants?
No, don't say.
I don't feel wet.
They don't feel wet? Okay, go check. Go potty. And then come back, okay?
And then we'll have cake.
Okay.
Dude.
So advanced induction heads have always been phenomenal in that LS7, the LS2 heads. I mean, the LS3 heads even, they're pretty damn good. I've always had tremendous success with them, better than any other head out there.
All the money, that's great. Yeah, see, it's worth it to coupon.
What? Oh. Yeah, but then we get
That's toilet
silly
paper for a
shit.
lifetime. No, we got lots of cool stuff.
Can you thumb wrestle each other? One, two, three, four. I declare a thumb war.
Go.
Where you're hiding?
You're digging nails into me. Like,
You're-
cut your nail. Oh.
Can you check your cake now?
Hang on, bud. We're doing something
You're
important.
supposed to keep your thumb on the table, or your elbow.
I can't keep my elbow on the... There's no table over here. Here, I'll try. Go ahead.
No, you're digging your fingers into me. Your
I'm not
nails,
trying to.
you're-
Here. Go ahead. Come on, get it. Get it. Come on. This is...
I'm not trying to do the cake.
This is the most fun we had together.
Oh,
in weeks.
1,
Ow.
2,
Ow.
3.
You're digging your fingers into me. You need to cut your nails.
Yeah, I do.
I'm trying to cake now.
Yeah, go get it and go get a knife.
Oh.
How much was my dyno? 40-some thousand. And we got another one now too. Planning on upgrading my exhaust on my Volvo wagon. What would you recommend? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know anything about Volvos. I'd recommend whatever you feel like. Andrew, stop fighting like a girl.
Yeah.
What fuel tank should I get to stop that Cook's True Duel from melting the plastic on the fire chicken? I don't know. I really don't know. You still have that red CTS-V wagon. I knew the guy that had it before and rode in it all the time. I do still have it. It is going under the knife for a new heart because we may have killed it. Well, we did kill it, kinda. It's not catastrophic. It spun a bearing, and basically we were on the dyno, revved it too hard, hit the rev limiter at like
Yeah.
7,500 really hard, and it lost oil pressure pretty bad. So we just parked it, and when we get a new engine in, we will put it in and be back to doing the Maggie versus LSA comparison that we were planning to do. What do you think of this cam for Gen 5 ZL1? 231, 239. If you are a manual, that's probably a pretty good camshaft. I would prefer a little bit more exhaust duration, so it exhales better. If you're an automatic, I think you're probably crazy. What's safe rear wheel horsepower for stock bottom end LS6 C5Z06? We have some in the 650 to 700 range, still running after years of abuse, but it depends on the setup. Like, I will tell you that if you're turboed, that 650 to the wheels might be okay minus the torque if you bring the torque in softly, but if you are like a centrifugal supercharger, you'd probably be okay. It depends on the setup. What are we doing for Christmas? Probably
Staying at home with the family, going to
watching
church,
the kids open presents.
watching 24 Hours of a Christmas Story.
No. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Well, that's a good one too, but you got to watch the Christmas Story.
Okay, we watched that once. And
Oh,
we'll
and
watch...
we should watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Why? Is it really? Did you have to modify the fuel system on your ZL1 to run E85? I am not running E85 on my ZL1. Oh yeah, Die Hard. Absolutely Die Hard.
It's not a Christmas
It
movie.
is a Christmas movie.
It's it's not.
It is. It's at Nakatomi Plaza on Christmas. It's a Christmas movie.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
What? What?
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, too. Whoever, Shane.
Dalton, when you tune a car, it is done. It's tuned. It doesn't like last to a certain point. Wait, did I misread that? And then it saves the tune that you put in it. How does it work? Oh, it's just calibrating it differently. It's basically the baseline where everything is different. My favorite debate on probably the Die Hard.
Yeah.
How much does Kristen bench, squat, deadlift?
I don't know. I would really like to get into lifting, but not like crazy weightlifting. I don't know. Not my thing, but it is good for women to lift weights, so I would like to do that. But
What horsepower is the ZL1 at? So before doing the heads and cam, we were at 680 rear wheel horsepower and 712 or 715 foot-pounds of torque. I forgot to make the video. I have to go back and make the video on that one. But I figured I'd do it during when we talk about the modifications that I'm doing to it now, which is heads, cam, and Interchiller. I'm kind of thinking that we're going to see 800 rear wheel horsepower on pump gas. No meth still.
do you do any fishing hobbies? I dabbled in fly fishing. Do you fly fish?
What's your favorite build at your shop for 2018? Oh, there's a lot of builds that we did in the shop. What are you doing? Are you
Because you don't have a favorite.
Are you my dad? No,
No,
Rob,
Ben.
I'm not. Sorry. For both of you, worst thing about having kids and the best thing about having kids. Go ahead, Kristen.
I mean, there's a lot of good things. It's mostly all good. The only bad thing is sometimes at night when you just want to sit on the couch and watch General Hospital, but you have other people to take care of. But
I'm not even going to answer that because it's all good.
I
I can't believe you have negative things to say about our kids.
don't have a negative. No,
I can't
about
believe
having
you said
kids,
negative
not
things about our kids.
Just that's about in general.
Oh, just kids in general.
Yeah,
Oh,
just being
okay,
exhausted.
okay. Yeah, like generally people are watching General Hospital.
That's another hobby, General Hospital.
Are you doing any giveaways? So, I got a cool giveaway that I'm planning to do. What the hell is that?
I'm giving away Iron Man.
No. So, I got a cool giveaway. So, we have our shirts. You see the CSP shirt and then the back of it that, ooh, baby. I'm going to keep that mojo going for later. We designed this shirt like last year. And what we're planning to do is design another shirt. But the giveaway that I'm thinking of having is that we're going to ask what you guys want to see in a CSP shirt. And the winner, I believe, who helps us do this is going to be compensated by 5 T-shirts of their choosing, like sizes of their choosing. So. Whoops, excuse me. So that's just a rough draft in my head. I'll make a video announcement about that, like the CSP contest or whatever. But I do believe that'll be pretty cool. Get you guys involved in making a pretty cool shirt. And yeah, winner definitely needs to have some shirts to represent every day of the week. Not the weekends, but the week. I may be doing an LS swap in a 62 truck I bought. Are oxygen sensors absolutely needed? Yes. Yeah, I would do oxygen sensors. It'll tell you a lot of important things. Are you doing any giveaways? Just answered that. What car did I have in high school? I had a 94 BMW 525i. It was my dad's car. I crashed it when I was 17 then, so I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. Do you rent or own your shop building? I rent. I definitely rent because couldn't find the right location to buy. There was nothing available and we needed more space, so we rent and we're in it for the long haul for right now. Is the 1-year anniversary of having the ZL1 coming up? Yes, I think it's December 23rd. Did I get the ZL1 on the 23rd? I got like a couple days before Christmas, right? You know what I'm gonna do?
It was like a very inconvenient time.
It might have.
You should be doing Christmas stuff with your family.
I
and
did.
Like lots of shopping, lots of stuff to do, and you're like, oh, I just have to leave for 5 hours.
I don't know if you guys can hear her, but it was all mumbo jumbo about like how she loves the new ZL1. Do people that get mods at your shop get any free merch? We usually give away like the decals, like anytime that you're doing like a tune or anything. We give away like a shirt when you spend a decent bit of money on us. Like shirts are expensive. What's your opinion, pros, cons on MAF versus speed density tuning? I stick with the mass airflow as long as it's reliable and able to do it. Like sometimes you have a certain intake that might be a little bit too big, doesn't get good resolution, then I go to speed density. If you have the mass airflow maxing out from too much boost, speed density. But if you can stick with the mass airflow, I think that it is more consistent.
Do we watch any channels on YouTube? Yes. I love Ryan's toy reviews. Also, the engineering family. Ryan was in the news because he was the highest paid YouTuber, I believe.
Do you watch CSP?
Well, I see your videos before you post them.
She doesn't watch my own channel.
Sometimes he shows me the videos, so I watch them.
I watch some stuff at work. I usually don't get to watch much when we're kind of busy here at home late at night with 3 kids. So I usually see some of the Cletus stuff at work. And then there's like whatever the guys are watching. I just watch whatever they're watching. That's about it really. Sometimes I watch some chess videos because I like chess. The thing on your Facebook page, sending a customer to RPM was fun. Yes, it was. You should wait till you see the next video, Dalton. Oh my God, the next video is going to be hilarious. It's going to blow your mind. Can you shout out my shop, Dublin Service Center? What's up, Dublin? How long have you been tuning GM cars, and how did you get started? So, Jim, I've been tuning cars since I want to say 2006-ish. I started on my own car and just kept on going. Turned into friends' cars. It was a hobby that just turned into what it is. Favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I love A Christmas Story just because it has
See who that is?
Yeah, who is it? Oh, cool. Hey, John. How's it going? A Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life, but Elf is probably my favorite, most recent movie. Adult beverage of choice around this time of year, Boilo. Do you guys know what Boilo is? Probably not, because it's a very regional thing. But go Google it. It's called Boilo, coalregion.com. And it is the most delicious drink. If you have no plans yet for Christmas, make it and just drink Boilo all day and you will have a great day.
Yeah, it's cheap whiskey mixed with like a lot of honey and a lot of other stuff. It's actually pretty good.
It's delicious. It's the champagne of the coal region.
So I'd like to make 750 to 800 wheel horsepower on my 2019 ZL1. Should I go straight to an upgraded blower or go for max build on my stock blower? I'm really concerned about heat soak. You need to watch one of our next videos coming up or message the shop. We have a plan for all this. I think that we're going to see 800 rear wheel horsepower on the stock blower without heat soak really, really soon. So definitely hop into our channel and definitely stay tuned to it because it's going to be pretty cool. I am expecting 800 rear wheel horsepower. What's your choice of adult beverage? You already answered that. Mm-hmm. Are you friends with any other performance shop owners? Yeah, absolutely. We hang out with a lot of different people. Like, there's nobody that we're not really friends with. I mean, some are more acquaintances, but like We hang out with like Rick Kim, Fran from RPM, and a couple other guys, like even in the area. Even though we're like close competition, we're still friends. How did Andrew get so lucky marrying you?
Oh, thank you, Robert.
That's a question. That's.
I don't know. I wonder that myself.
It's great. Andrew did a great
I'm
job on my
lucky
GT.
too.
I'm
Some
glad to hear that,
days.
John. Yeah, John's car
Oh.
was in the shop lately. We did cam
Okay.
and clutch and a couple other little things on it, and it made really good power. In fact, I think we need to make a video about that. Heading out. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Oh,
Dalton,
thank you,
Merry
you
Christmas
too.
to you too. Yes, Joe, the Interchiller is the jam, and that is what's going to prevent the heat soak on my ZL1. Hung like a mule.
Never seen a mule. So, wouldn't know.
Looking to get a dyno in my shop within the next year. I'm in Maryland, 30 minutes east of Cecil. Do you do mobile tuning? Yeah, I travel to, I think, 6 other shops for tuning. So it's, yeah, so I do tuning for other shops, and I think this coming year we're setting things up that I should be able to be even a little bit more mobile. How long have you two been married for? What's the hookup story? I was trying to hook up with her friend. Her hot friend. Who's still really hot.
I thought
And
you said you were
and then I met her
sad.
and just trajectory changed.
Yeah, I hated Andrew.
I know. There's some things don't change though.
Thought he was very weird and annoying.
Flash
Still
Camaro. Yeah, and we've been married for 4 years, going on 5. We've been dating for like 11 or 12, something like that. It's been
13.
13. Holy
Well, we
shit!
met in
Sometimes,
2005. We were on again, off again. So
yeah.
it's blurred.
Flash Camaro, the Interchiller will not work for road racing. It's like, roll racing on the street, yeah, absolutely. But road course racing, it is not ideal for it at all. That's the only thing the Interchiller is not like really suited for. But there is a solution to that where you use a heat exchanger and the Interchiller at the same time. And you use this very special valve to shut off the heat exchanger when it's cooling, when the coolant in that system is low. Settle for a better choice, right? That's right, Dylan. You should get a mobile dyno. That way, when you go to track events, you can bring it.
Sounds
Really,
like a lot of work.
yeah, really, when I go to a track event, I want to race my car. Does the Interchiller work with the C7Z? The Interchiller should work with the C7Z. However, one of the things that you're going to fight with the C7Z is that you do not have a lot of surface area for the AC condenser. The best way for it to work is probably with forced induction Interchillers, drag pack. They actually add a second condenser and basically increase the capacity. I think that's the solution. We haven't had a Z06 in here to try that. Maybe soon. What was for dinner? Pizza.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. So this week has kind of been crazy with dinners, just because we've had a lot of running around, stuff to do to get ready before Christmas. We're very last minute procrastinators, so it's just been a crazy week. So
I don't know what she's talking about.
Tonight was a quick dinner and a kid favorite. So sometimes when the kids had a good week, we have pizza.
LQ9Z71, can I tune an ECU after Black Bear Performance has already tuned it? I think they use a different software than you do. I don't believe they do, because I have tuned after they have, but if they do, usually I can. Sometimes I might have to flash the entire computer and not be able to see anything that they've done.
Oh, happy birthday early.
25th birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Is an interchiller a waste of money for a built streetcar, or is it a good upgrade? Interchiller is really an awesome upgrade, but it's only used for an air-to-water setup, like a LSA blower or any of the root style blowers that have the intercooler inside of the blower and then use a heat exchanger. So that interchiller is always going to take you sub-ambient. How far, it depends on what kind of setup you're doing with it, but it could be 20 to 40 degrees sub-ambient pretty easily. And there's no heat exchanger that will do that because it's always going to go to ambient at best. So the interchiller is a amazing upgrade. And then if you think about it, the being sub-ambient basically gets rid of heat soak, and it's really incredible for the track. So when you're at the track, you have no airflow going over your heat exchanger. What you end up having is just heat and trying to dissipate rather than exchange with the heat exchanger. And the AC condenser, through a couple little tuning tweaks, really does a much better job of exchanging heat when you're sitting still. So it's a really damn good thing. And when you combine it with a trunk tank, like an ice tank, you don't have to use ice in the ice tank. It's out of this world good. So damn good. There's nothing better than that, in my opinion.
And then he wonders why we're 3 minutes behind on comments.
Would you go past 255, 955 pulley combo and Gen 5 ZL1? Probably not.
I'm Polish and Lithuanian mostly, Eastern European.
I'm half Italian and then mutt of the Germanish area. Austrian.
Yeah.
BlackBerry uses EFI Live. Yeah, then HP tuners can work with EFI Live. Even when they do some of their custom operating systems, it can decode it, but it's not always the best. What's your favorite meal Kristen makes? That's a really, really good question. What is my favorite meal you make?
I don't know.
I like it when you make tuna noodle casserole. It's really good. When she makes it with cream of celery, not cream of mushroom.
I thought the cream of mushroom was good. Yeah, I don't often make that.
I know. It's a shame. Any new updates on my ZL1? Yep, I posted an idle video. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you the idle video of it because we did some fun stuff. Did my computer shut off? It did shut off.
Should get a Mac.
Well, your Mac would be shut off too.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah. Where is it here? Oh, I got to load it up. You'll have to give me a sec. I'm going to go through my Google Photos and pull it up so one of the reasons why I do the Google Pixel 3 and all the Google phones for the shop is because it syncs online. In fact, I'll just show you what we're working with here. I'm showing too much. Sorry. I don't want you to see the next video. So I can see all the stuff that we've been kind of working on, and this is where my Camaro's at right now. You'll have to tune in for some of the next videos on it, but we're shooting for like 800 ruble horsepower.
Oh, thank you.
That idle sounds familiar. It's a pretty good idle. It's too loud. Yeah, that's okay. What a great wife. You are lucky, Andrew. Treat her right. Not many wives get involved with that we love. God bless.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, let's put this back down. Oh, look at that. Where are we? I'm trying to get us both in there. Oh, you look good. You look better than I do.
The angle is good. You're supposed to be
Yeah, but then I'd have to hold it up here and
No, you just need like a stand.
a stand. I did bring a stand home when she raced in the twin turbo vet. Well, she has her own turbo vet. It's only a single turbo though, and we are going to try to get the converter in if it arrives over Christmas break. So that would be the last thing that we need to do to get that thing like 100%. You think that 2650 blowers are worth the hype? I don't know. I mean, it might be. They're not going to be out till late next year, at least for the applications that I'm looking for. So I can't really say. I can tell you that the Magnuson 2300, the heartbeat that I have on my CTS-V, is wild. It does really, really damn good. So if more displacements out there, it might really work out. I think it's the Roush blower currently. Did you dyno my SS today? Yes. Yes, I believe we did dyno your Chevy SS this morning. I was answering the phones. I had Eric do it. I have no idea what it made. Sorry. Thoughts on porting LT4 blower? Check out one of our videos. We did the ported blower only without any other modifications to my ZL1, and it picked 20 to 30 rear wheel horsepower up across the board. In some areas it was even better than that, so I give that a big thumbs up, especially because then you can use things like the Nick Williams 103 throttle body, the a bigger intake. Like, you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, really the throttle body is huge. Anything that you can do to remove restriction on the intake side is a huge thing, because that's what the blower's fighting a lot. And it's just really awesome. I would highly recommend doing the porting. We use Kong Performance. He does an amazing CNC job. He's local to us. We're looking at having an exchange program, but there are like 4 different types of LT4 blowers out there. There's 2 different types of blowers and 2 different types of snouts. So it complicates like the assembly of that, but that kind of is what it is. Have I ever had a customer not pay the bill? What did I do? Basically, you kind of hang on to their car until they do, and you have to bill storage. But usually when it comes down to that, most people, take care of it, and it is what it is. So like, I haven't had to go through any like legal action, minus one little thing, but it's so I'm fortunate that I didn't have to put like a mechanic's lane and like actually take a car or anything like that. I'm thinking about putting an LS2 243 head on my 2004 LQ9. Is that the wrong move for a 4x4 truck? 11-to-1 compression. It depends what you're doing with it. If you're towing with it, it might not be the right thing, because of the higher compression. Usually it can be, it might not be, I don't know. It depends. But I think 11-to-1 is still okay. You just might have to be a little conservative on the tune. So if you do tow, you like end up like not knocking. Greg has the blower currently. Nice, good. Kong Performance, definitely the way to go with LT4 porting and the LSA porting. Just he's the blower porting genius, and the LS9 blower porting as well. Yeah, definitely hit up Kong Performance for that. We are a dealer, so, and since we're close, if you guys are close to us, you can drop it right off at our shop. We can send the blower over there and have it back and tune it, and maybe even do a couple other mods.
Yes, I do.
She works in a totally unrelated field. What do you do?
I do sales for an ophthalmology company.
No shit. Huh. Learn something new every day. No, I knew that, I think. Wow, we have battery life for days here. I don't know.
I'd have battery
Yes, you do.
life for
Yes, you do. Weeks. Andrew's probably the most honest shop guy I've ever felt with. You felt with me? I have something to tell you.
Knew it.
Yeah, well, so as starting off as like a hobbyist and like, I don't know, I don't feel like dicking people over. Like that's, now I'm not saying that everything is a joy, because sometimes you come into the you come into the performance shop and you're expecting us to have like a silver bullet to solve all your issues, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes things kind of get skewed more, like we're doing work that's not just like repair work. But I will tell you that I will shoot you straight every single time. When I mess up, and we have messed up, I make it right. Like we had one of our techs a while ago put the wrong rocker arms on the wrong valves, the exhaust and intake valves. He's had it switched, ended up dropping a valve into the engine, trashed the whole engine. I bought an engine. Actually, we actually did pretty good on that, because like we had our number for the engine, and then the customer decided to upgrade to a stroker, so it was actually a pretty nice thing too. But I mean, it's not, I didn't make any like money on it, like all the labor and stuff was all like accounted for, and you know, having to do that anyway. But the truthfully, it was you know, shit happens, and you stand behind it as an honest person, or you say, you know, F off. And I'd never do that to a customer. Even when I have disagreements with a customer about something, I say, you can, you know, keep on, you know, talking to me. I'll keep it civil. As long as we're civil, we can still have a disagreement and, you know, keep moving forward, and I will always be there for you. Kind of like I do to my wife.
No, that's not how you get in disagreements with me. Our disagreements are usually anything but civil on your end.
What? It's full of shit. Should you do trunnion upgrades while you have the SS or stockers? I'd stick with the stockers. I've seen more failures on the trunnion upgrades. I've seen more failures on the trunnion upgrades than I have on the stockers. I think in the entire time I've done this, thousands of cars, I've seen 3 rockers fail. And that's it. ProCharger versus Whipple, specifically for the 6th gen Camaro. The truth is, it depends on what you're looking for. I think both have the right place for an application. I don't know which one is right for you. Me, having built the ProCharger setup, it's really nice. The Whipple, I'm sure, is really nice as well, and we're seeing if we can take the stock blower as far as the Whipple. We'll find out. Well, maybe not as far, but close. So I don't know which one is going to be worth it. Stay tuned on our channel to find out about that. What was the reason behind the funny dating option on your automated message system? Look, we're doing this because we have fun doing it, and wait till you see the next video, because the next video will show you how we like to have fun. It's really it's really a good time. That so like if you can't joke about things and have fun like that, I don't know. I don't think that's like. I don't think we always have to be serious. I think we have to be serious when we need to be serious, but like, I like joking around and having fun and being friendly. Why were you at the YouTube call out and Nick was not? Nick had another event to be at. He was down. He was like he was even on the flyer for this place. Down at Cecil. So he was already committed to that before he even knew about the other call out. Can you guys go in the other room?
Mommy and me.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine.
But I told Steve that if his car made it, because it was goofy, that I would be there. So I ended up going to both of the events. I went to the one with Nick in the morning, and then I went to the other event in the afternoon. My friend Tim uses you guys to tune his Camaro, or his the 16 SS Pro Charge. Give him a shout out and tell him his car is slower than my supercharged C6Z. I don't know. It might be. I mean, that's a weight. There's definitely a weight advantage to a C6Z. Do you know any good tuners in Ohio, Indiana area? C6Z. I do not, but we're looking at doing some traveling tuning, so probably you might be able to hook up with me, from time to time. Bring the family to Maryland for a Christmas Eve party. Maybe. Although, it depends what we're doing. I have to talk to the wife about all that. I want a deep fried turkey too. It's so good. I had to send them in the other room. My son is 5 years old and doesn't understand that I'm trying to talk to you guys. And when I drop the F-bomb, it's going to be really bad if I do it in front of him. So, whoa. Alright. So what other questions we got here? Do you ever travel to Ontario for any events or tuning? I've been up to Canada for a couple events, but I've actually only been for like drift events up there, which is really fun. Oh my god, I love the poutine. Poutine is the best thing. I can't believe that we don't have poutine in the United States. This is bullshit. Ooh, I'm glad I sent my son away. Yep, poutine. Track poutine specifically is like the jam. Yes, poutine rocks. So, can you scroll up and answer my question? Just ask your question again and we'll see if I miss it. What car would you buy if money was no object? I really like the Camaro. It's a damn good car. I want to see what the C8 really does. Any problems with monster clutches? So, to be honest with you, monster clutches were hit or miss for their normal stuff, but once they came out with that LT1S, basically it's the factory LT1 clutch that they make a modified flywheel for. It's been out of this world good, and they've always been a good company to stand behind their product. So, I mean, that's the best clutch out there. They do that, and they have a triple version of it. It's amazing. How about Vengeance Racing? They're 3 hours from where I'm at. We've seen some of the Vengeance Racing cars. I think you'd be in okay hands there, or good hands there. Tell your son to interchill. He'll be so cold then. Swapping a 92 Firebird. I mean, honestly, just a stock LS engine with maybe a camshaft is what I'd throw in there. I'd probably do an LQ4 because of the bigger displacement. It's iron, it's a little heavier, but I'd rather the displacement. And you want to be there when I blow up the carbon fiber hood that's on my SS. And I'm using. I would like to see that. That'd be kind of crazy. Let's say I gave you my C506 for free. What would you do to it, mod-wise? I would do heads and cam. I would keep it naturally aspirated. Heads, cam, Z06, C5Z06 is a really, really fun car. I might even consider doing some gears in it. But if I was looking to go really fast, I would probably do a Pro Charger on it. And yeah. How did I get such a good-looking wife? I don't know. I have no idea. She's a catch, and she's in the other room, so I can say this without her hearing it, and she won't know because she doesn't watch my videos. Let's see. So what else we got on here? Max horsepower for stick LT1 6th gen with a Vortec. Hammer down. Hammer, I sent you something in the mail. You might get it tomorrow, so check your mail. It's either tomorrow or you'll get it on Monday. You definitely want to check your mail. Yeah, Hammer, we can go as far as you want, baby. I'll just send you the recipe. You do it, I'll tune it. But stock bottom end on the LT1 is about 700-ish. After that, not saying that you can't go past that, but after that it's like exponentially more likely that you will have a piston failure. Have you worked with other long tube headers than pace setter? Yes, I usually do a lot of cooks. I have had OBX on my CTS-V. You bought me the OBX headers.
Didn't I?
Yeah. She loved me. Loved. Now she doesn't buy me car parts. And then...
I said I would buy you a car part.
No, that's
You just
okay.
didn't do it
Yeah, that's okay.
for Christmas.
I didn't do it. Let's see. You're looking to replace your OBX long tube headers. I would only replace those if you're looking for bigger diameter headers. I wouldn't bother if you're not, or if there's issues with it. OBX seems to be okay. If you were not doing car stuff, what other job would you be doing? So I went to school for supply chain and information systems at Penn State, and I was working in my field at SKF. They're the world's largest ball bearing company, or at least they were when I was working there. And so that's probably what I'd still be doing. I was doing this on the side and ended up quitting to do this full time. Water or vodka? Why not both? But probably water right now. I had a little too much vodka after my birthday, and that that was rough. That was definitely rough. The wagon going to make 900 wheel horsepower when it comes back? I think so. I think it's gonna. I think we're gonna try to max out the Magnuson. We'll see what it does. How often should a car get retuned? Whenever you make a change, car should get retuned. I usually recommend putting the car just for a checkup. So we offer a tune checkup at the shop. I probably recommend doing that once every year or 2 years, just to make sure that nothing got out of whack. The way that I tune the car will tell you when it's out of whack. I leave certain things on, but not every car is as friendly to that. Some cars like are a little skewed, so it's like if you have a race car, I'd probably do it at least once a year. But if you're just like a street car, I mean, I had cars that I've tuned 5 years ago come for a tune check, and they're still running perfect. As an old dragster, how would a 3.4 race cam compare with today's cam? I mean, I'll tell you, like, today's camshafts are really amazing. I really don't have experience with older cams, but I can tell you that, like, just looking at lift alone and being able to run that lift on a hydraulic roller is out of this world. So, I mean, clearly today's cam technology is better than yesterday's. I have the 700 horsepower SS Camaro. How far can I get from TV 2300 magnesium? I'm not sure. It depends what your mods are. What do you think about driving Mickey Thompson Street SS's on a weekend car that might occasionally see rain? I don't think SS tires are really the best for rain. I'd recommend not driving any drag radial in the rain for your safety. Have you tuned any other platforms other than General Motors? Yes, I have.
Not mine. Just not mine.
What are the advantages of an NA car over supercharged? Usually NA is less complicated. Sometimes the weight imbalance is a big thing when you do an aftermarket supercharger kind of deal. There's cool benefits of NA, but like supercharged, especially Roots blower, your wife don't smile.
Well, your wife doesn't smile.
It says don't.
I know. I smile when I correct.
Oh, boom. You just got christened. I'm gonna get christened later. Kristen's gonna get Andrewed.
Now?
You guys will never
I
know
still
what that
can't
means.
get it.
You need me to do it?
Yeah, your kids want you to play Monopoly.
Okay.
Junior.
Cooks versus ARH for 2013 Silverado. I like Cooks. Cooks is my like jam. They do things how I like to have for tuning, meaning that they do an X pipe after, or they do an X pipe before. There you go, Sarah. They do an X pipe before the rear O2 sensors, or ARH does the X pipe before the rear O2 sensors. So I can't like easily do a side-to-side comparison with the wide bands. My wide bands, I do 2 wide bands in the tuning process. I have 1 on each bank, and I like to also be able to use the factory O2 sensor at the same time as another like data point for me to reference. And I will tell you that I like the Cooks because you have your primaries, your secondaries, and then the X pipe. Although you can run into an issue there because with the Cooks, so this is the con, is you'll have your primary, your cat, secondary, and then the X pipe. So if a cat clogs, it will fail that whole bank. It could do some catastrophic things, whereas the ARH, it'll cross and then the cats, which is probably completely illegal. And that'll give you a chance, like if one cat fails, the other cat would still be able to expel stuff. Have your wife shout out, hi Liz. Liz doesn't smile either. When she gets back, I'll say that. I'll tell her to. Is the wife's car a Tesla? I don't know. I have to wait and find out. What's more challenging, first to the line or bracket racing? I'd say bracket racing. Bracket racing's tough. So bracket racing and first to the line still have to do with your reaction time. So I think that bracket racing kind of takes away from that. That difference, if you're talking like the equal time thing, the dialed in time thing, I think that takes away from some of the inconsistencies with the cars. I think first to the line is probably a little harder because somebody's car could have a bigger advantage, but they might not be as good of a driver. Or they might be a better driver, and then you're really effed. There's kids in the background. Should totally do daily vlogs. 35K a month, man. Daily vlogs would be tough. I don't have time for that shit. How much horsepower could I gain tuning a mostly stock Can-Am only 2000 Trans Am? Well, it depends how far off it is. We can cut the fat. It might be 20 horsepower, or it might be 5 horsepower. It really depends on where your car's at right now. I've had cars come in where the intake has made it run a lot leaner, and what we've gained is safety and not really any horsepower. Did you ever secretly wish you had a Hellcat in the garage? Well, we've been looking at going into Mopar as the next main brand that we work on. So not secretly, but publicly, have been thinking about it. What's a good cam for a 2003 5.3 liter Vortec Silverado? A 6 liter. Just swap the whole engine. It's probably going to cost you as much, and you'll gain way more power and torque. And then you'll sell your 5.3 liter for what you bought a 6 liter for. And you can do a cam in the 6 liter and really kill it. Deals on Pro Charger kits for the C6? Yes. Cadillac Grand Sport. Go to our website, cspracing.com. Go there right now. We have live chat on there. Our parts guy will talk to you about what you're looking for, and maybe if the time's right, he'll cut you a good deal. It's pretty cool. What makes idle not come down fast like it holds for a second? That's called a throttle follower, Chris. Sometimes it needs sometimes, so It depends on the car, but throttle followers usually like an added airflow when depending on your throttle pedal position. But on some of the like F bodies, some sometimes the apparently I'm being told that I have to play
Monopoly Junior.
we have to play Monopoly.
Two friends play.
Okay.
Aw, I think it's time for Daddy to play Monopoly.
It might be time.
And me too?
Oh, okay. I'll be there in a little bit. You guys go set up, okay? And then we'll close this out. They did set up again.
We're going on.
Let me answer these questions. So, Chris, the idle coming down, it's it can be even the throttle position sensor is not seeing 0% on like the F bodies and stuff. I've seen that a lot where you replace it with a parts store throttle body or throttle position sensor, and then it never goes into an idle routine. Oh, thank you. Oh, a chance. And look, it's got a car on it. What's that say? I can't read. So on my screen, this is completely backwards. There's no need to brake, advance to go. Nice. Is the fast LSX intake worth it for an LQ9? Any issues with the X-Link cable? It's hit or miss with that stuff. LQ9, that fast is probably worth it, but a Trailblazer SS intake is probably just as worth it and probably $700 cheaper. Ever thought about diving into diesel? I've thought about it and I decided not to. It's just not, I don't know anything about it. And none of my guys do.
Thank you, Boosted GTO.
My buddy has a 09 GMC 1500, all-wheel drive 622. He was thinking about supercharging it. Will the all-wheel drive handle the power? It depends how much power you make, but it should be okay, you know, to a degree, like 500, 600 horsepower. The 10s would be better because they have an updated transmission. So, thanks for the info. Love CSP and all you guys at the shop. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Still live. Hot damn, y'all. Did you leave and come back? If you did, welcome back. Yeah, we've been live for an hour and 37 minutes. When people see the next video, which this is going to be the video that pops up on everybody's feed, and it's an hour and 37 minutes long, people are going to go, I'm not watching that. It's exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it quits here, guys, because that's really a long time that we've been on the thing here. So yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to call it quits so I can go play Monopoly with the kiddies. Sarah is really looking forward to it. Oh, do we get another card?
No.
No, I don't get another card.
Only mommy.
Only mommy.
Only mommy.
Okay.
Mama, you. Mama, you.
Oh, I get one now too? I got another car.
Two cars.
It's a Cars Monopoly.
Yeah,
it's Cars Monopoly.
Junior.
Uh,
All right. How are people still asking questions? It's
Two cars.
call the shop.
yeah, we. By the way, we're closed until after New Year's. The limits of an 8L90. Mine's at 900 some to the wheels, and it's still kicking ass. And I think that anybody that's finding the limits before that might not be tuning it properly. Okay, so that's that. Guys, have a great night. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I imagine everybody here. Oh, 3 cards. I imagine that everybody here is probably a subscriber. So
And
I
sounds
appreciate it.
good. What is that? Fire chicken? I
Yeah,
can't
that's
see
Dave.
his name. Oh, cool. Yeah, we should go down south.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have
Have a great night, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah for those who already celebrated it. Oh, do you want to come here and say bye to everybody?
He said
Sarah,
Merry Christmas.
Sarah, do you want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye. You want,
Bye bye. Bye.
bye-bye.
Can I get closer? Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Kristen?
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye! Merry Christmas.
Christmas.